somewhere in the Donbas, where the earth itself seems to groan under the weight of endless conflict, the sharp crack of artillery echoes like a thunderclap from a storm that refuses to break. It's October 22, 2025, and amid the shattered villages and scarred steppes near Pokrovsk, a US-supplied M119 Howitzer stands as a defiant sentinel, its 105mm barrel pointed unerringly toward the Russian lines that have clawed inch by inch toward this vital rail hub for months. This isn't just any gun, it's a light-weight beast, airdroppable and maneuverable, weighing a mere 2,100 kilograms, allowing Ukrainian artillery crews from the 82nd Air Assault Brigade to reposition in under 90 seconds amid the chaos of drone swarms and counter-battery fire. In the hands of these battle-hardened operators, the M119 isn't merely a weapon, it's a message etched in steel and fire: don't mess with Ukraine. As the gun crew loads a high-explosive round, the air hums with tension. One pull of the lanyard, and the shell screams skyward at 470 meters per second, a 14-kilometer range harbinger of resolve that has become the soundtrack of resistance in this grinding theater of war. The M119's story in Ukraine is one of ingenuity born from desperation, a lifeline tossed across the Atlantic amid the deluge of Western aid that has kept Kyiv's defenses from crumbling. First delivered in late 2022 as part of a $1 billion U.S. package that included 16 of these towed guns and 36,000 rounds, the M119A, originally a British L-119 licensed by the U.S. Army, has evolved from a niche tool for light infantry to a frontline staple for mobile fire support. Ukrainian crews, trained in hasty sessions at U.S.-run facilities in Germany amid the fog of invasion, praise its accuracy and portability amid the Donbas mud, where heavier 155mm systems like the M777 bog down in the churned loam. It's like a sniper rifle for artillery, it's fast, precise, and it hits where it hurts, says Sergeant Olena Kovalenko, a 28-year-old gunner from the 82nd Brigade, her voice steady over the crackle of a field radio amid a recent barrage near Dobropolya. Her unit, deployed in the Pokrovsk salient where Russian forces have massed 50,000 troops amid a brutal autumn push, has fired over 5,000 rounds from their M119s in the past month alone, targeting enemy staging areas and supply convoys that snake through the gray fields like veins of invasion. One such strike on October 18, captured in grainy drone footage shared on X, shows an M119 unleashing a rapid salvo that obliterates a Russian BMP convoy 12 kilometers out, the explosions blooming like fungal spores amid the screams of shrapnel, a direct rebuke to the 200 drones Moscow hurled at Ukraine the night before. This message to Russia resonates amid the Donbas stalemate, where the front has become a meat grinder of attrition since the failed Ukrainian counteroffensive of 2023. Pokrovsk, a dusty coal town of 60,000 souls now reduced to rubble and resolve, sits at the epicenter. Russian advances have clawed 8 kilometers closer since July, but at a cost of 20,000 lives amid meat waves that Ukrainian artillery like the M119 has blunted with ruthless efficiency. The Howitzer's 105mm rounds, though lighter than 155mm, can pack a 2.4-kilogram explosive punch that fragments into 1,000 lethal shards, ideal for shredding infantry clusters and light vehicles amid the minefields and trenches that scar the landscape. Ukrainian gunners, operating in shoot-and-scoot cycles drilled in U.S.-led simulations, fire up to 8 rounds a minute in bursts, then displace before Russian Lancet loitering munitions or Orlan-10 spotters can triangulate their position. Russia thinks they can grind us down, but every shell we send says not today, Kovalenko adds, her crew reloading amid the acrid tang of cordite and the distant thud of incoming Iskanders that have claimed 48,000 Ukrainian lives since 2022. Amid the brigade's rotations, where crews cycle every 72 hours amid sleep snatched in foxholes, the M119 has notched 150 confirmed Russian vehicle kills near Pokrovsk alone since September, Per her estimates, its mobility allowing strikes on fleeting targets like the Tiger convoys that probe the line at dawn. Yet the M119's deployment is a double-edged sword in this war of shadows, where Western gifts become Russian trophies amid the fog of mutual sabotage. Russian state media, amid their own drone deluge on Moscow's outskirts, crow about denazifying these guns with Lancet strikes, as seen in a September 20 clip from Dnipropetrovsk where Vostok Group drone vaporized an M119 amid a cluster of howitzers, the crew's fate sealed in a fireball that lit the steppe for kilometers. Ukrainian losses mount, 12 M119s confirmed destroyed since delivery, per OSINT tallies, their lightweight frames vulnerable to counter-battery fire amid the 1,200-kilometer front sprawl. But for every gun lost, another rolls off by systems lines in a joint U.S.-Ukraine pact signed in August 2023, with Zelensky touting the howitzer's role in the 82 ND's air assaults amid a recent cluster of strikes that halted a Russian probe near Dobropolyan on October 17. These aren't just tubes of steel, they're the voice of a nation that won't kneel, Zelensky declared in a video address on October 19. His bunker backdrop flickering amid blackouts from reciprocal barrages that have claimed 600,000 Russian lives per Western counts. The M119's digital fire control, upgraded in the A3 variant with GPS-guided precision, allows crews to adjust for wind and drift amid the Donbas dust devils, turning each salvo into a symphony of defiance that echoes across the salient. Amid the Pokrovsk churn, where Russian conscripts huddle in sodden trenches amid 25% desertion rates per leaked GRU memos, the M119's psychological edge cuts deeper than its shells. Ukrainian artillerymen, like those in the 67th Infantry Brigade near Kreminna, hail its versatility amid the war's evolution from maneuver to mud, where the gun's 20-kilometer range, extendable to 30 with rocket-assisted projectiles, outpaces heavier systems bogged in the quagmire. A Reuters dispatch from June 2023, still resonant amid 2025 stalemate, quotes gunners praising the M119's balance of power and portability amid exchanges south of Russian-held lines, its rate of fire 3 rounds a minute sustainability allowing suppressive barrages that pin enemy advances long enough for drone strikes to finish the job. In one recent top near Sudza, a 105mm salvo disrupted a Russian battalion's assembly, buying time for a Ukrainian counter-push that reclaimed 2 square kilometers amid the 83rd Airborne's rout. Russia hears the message in every boom, your meat waves end here, says Captain Andriy Sokolov, a battery commander whose unit lost 2 M119s to Lancet ambushes last month but reloaded with fresh U.S. shipments amid the $11 billion aid pipeline. The howitzer's shells, though scarcer than 155mm amid Ukraine's production ramp-up, arrive in waves from U.S. stockpiles, their impact a visceral reminder amid the 48,000 Ukrainian dead that Western steel tips the scales in this Donbas dance macabre. For the crews manning these guns, the M119 is more than machinery, it's a talisman amid the terror, its lightweight frame a godsend for the air assault units that leapfrog positions amid drone-infested skies. In a viral X clip from October 17, a 80-second gunner films the howitzers repositioning amid a Lancet drone's whine overhead, the team hauling the trail leg with raw Greta shells whistle in, the M119's mobility saving them from a fire end that claimed a neighboring M777 amid the barrage. We move like ghosts, hit like thunder. Russia's advance stops cold, the gunner narrates, his voice laced with the exhaustion of 18-hour shifts amid rotations that cycle 40% of the brigade monthly.